Cooking with the vegan zombie.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with the Vegan Zombie. It's been a while, but we're back in the kitchen. We're gonna make something real delicious tonight. We're gonna make some tamales, inspired by our friends over at the Food Empowerment Project, and you can check them out on veganmexicanfood.com. What do you say we get started? First things first, we gotta get some corn husks. These bad boys are dried, so you gotta soak them for at least an hour in hot water, or you can soak them overnight in cold water. Now we're gonna cut up onion. Now this is a big onion, so I'm just gonna use half of it. And of course, we got garlic. And I don't care if I have bad breath because you know what? I'm in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and I will eat this whole clove right now. You're just gonna need 6 to 8 cloves of garlic for this. Now we're gonna dice up the good old onion. Now we've taken the skins off of our garlic. We're not gonna cut them up, we're just gonna smash them because we're gonna end up blending the whole thing together anyway. You just gotta smash it. You just smash it. Oh, 5-second rule. I'm gonna put some olive oil in a medium heated pan. We're gonna add our garlic and our onions right now. Oh my God! We're gonna let those cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. While those onions are cooking, I'm just gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder to the mixture, and then I'm gonna stir it up. Doesn't that look good? Next, we're gonna add a half a tube of guinea lean ground beef style. It's a vegetarian alternative to ground beef. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. You can just stick with the beans, or you can use Gardein, match meats, any kind of meat alternative out there. Just don't use the meat that comes from the animals. They don't like that too much. We'll saw this guy in half. Just break it up and throw it right in there. Don't eat together. Stir it right up. And now I'm going to add to the mix 2 cups of cooked black beans. While we're stirring the beans, we're gonna throw in a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. We're gonna top it off with some apple cider vinegar. Put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in there. Our friends have been cooking in the pot for about 5 minutes now. I turn off the heat, let them cool down. In the meantime, I'm gonna make my corn dough for the tamales. For our dough mixture, we're gonna start off with 3 1/4 cups of corn flour, or masa. Next, we're gonna add 3 cups of water or vegetable broth. Now, I highly recommend you use the vegetable broth, especially the one we made, but I'm all out, so I'm just gonna use water. Now, we have a half a cup of oil we're gonna use. Tonight, we're using canola oil, but you can use whatever flavorless oil you want. Coconut oil, canola oil, just don't use motor oil. A half a teaspoon of baking powder. A whole teaspoon of sea salt. And for just a little bit of sweetness, we're gonna add a tablespoon of coconut nectar. Now, you can use agave nectar if you've got it. And for a little bit of zing, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of chili powder. Once everything's all together, we're gonna stir it up until we form a nice little ball of dough. Now make sure you stir this bad boy up really, really well. Now I got myself a nice little workable dough, so I'm gonna jump up in there with my hands.
I want this plant to look so good in my garden.
Ooh. Now when you're done mixing, this is what the dough needs to look like. You can play with it, but don't play with it. Just put it back in the bowl because we gotta blend up our bean mixture now. Now, boys and girls, you're either gonna need a food processor or a blender for this next step. I'm gonna break out the Ninja for this bad boy. We're gonna pour our bean mixture into this guy. And now we're gonna blend it up. All right, guys, it's Matt done and we're ready to transfer it to a bowl.
Itchy! Are you itchy?
Now, you have to be very careful with this because it's delicious. Bath time is over for the corn husks. So we're gonna pull them out of the tub, throw them down on the cutting board, and we're gonna add our dough first. Right here, I got a golf ball size piece of dough. I'm gonna put it right in the center. I'm gonna push it down with the palm of my hand. Now, what you wanna do is, you wanna leave enough room on the sides, the top and the bottom, or you're gonna have a bad time. So this is about what you want it to look like. You don't want the dough to be any more than 1/4 of an inch thick. Next, we're gonna add our bean filling. Don't spread the bean mixture out, just leave a nice little strip right in the center of it, and then we're gonna roll it up, and it's gonna be awesome. Now, we're gonna roll this guy up very carefully. You wanna make the dough cover the bean mixture before you close the corn husk, and we've done just that. Let me see if I can open this so you can see. See that? Now when there's about that much corn husk left, you're gonna fold the ends in like so, and then finish the roll. That'll keep it together. Done. Now we need about 100 more to go. This recipe will make about 15 tamales, but you know what? I'm by myself tonight. I'm just gonna make 5, kind of in a hurry. The good news is, this recipe freezes really well, so when I'm in a bind, there's a ton of zombies out there and I can't go out for more food, I pop open the freezer and I make myself some tamales. Now ideally, I'd have a tamale steamer, but I couldn't find one anywhere. There's just none here in the middle of an apocalypse. So what I'm gonna do, I got a little makeshift steamer here. I'm just gonna lay them down, let them steam. Now all you have to do is put the cover on and let it steam for about an hour. How does that sound, Mr. Glove?
That sounds great!
Well, the tamales are done. Now there's only one thing left to do. Try them out. Make sure you take the corn husks off. You don't want to eat them. That's what that looks like on the inside. It smells good. I got some red sauce here. I'm gonna dip it in there. Give it a little taste test. That is a home run. I actually love the flavor of that corn flour on the outside with our meaty, beany, awesome filling on the inside. So remember guys, go to veganmexicanfood.com. They have a ton of other recipes, so make sure you check them out, and I really hope that you like our little twist on their tamale recipe. Don't forget to subscribe or go check us out on our website, our Facebook page, our Twitter page. We're all over the place. And do us all a favor here at the Vegan Zombie. Share this video with all your friends and your family, and you know what? Have a tamale party and send us your pictures. I want to make sure that you guys are still out there. Until next time, you've been cooking with the Vegan Zombie. And this recipe is inspired by, one more time. Oh! Our friends over at the Food Empowerment Project got in touch with us. It's gonna be a long night.